Tearing your meniscus when you're doing laundry.
Oh.
Tearing your Achilles when you jump off a steamroller.
Yeah.
Katie and I are firm believers in the idea that a moving company is worth every penny.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up moving because a friend of mine is moving, and I saw him on Thursday, and he specifically asked someone else. Like, I was standing beside the other guy, and he's like, "Cooper, can you help me next Saturday?" I'm like, "Dave, I appreciate you not asking me to help you move." He says, "Donnie, I would never ask you to do anything for me."
There you go.
Now that's friendship. We are Quest Jess, that's true. We're not too bright. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. Nope. Crafters.
Mm-hmm.
Someday manifesting. Yep.
I need one.
The best stabbers. I hear you're going to. There's a place you're going. Do you want to chat?
Oh, crazy.
I didn't know what happened after what happened last time. So
somebody's gonna have to try.
I don't remember all of the specific details, but
that's okay. Try.
Last week, stuff happened. This week, more stuff will happen. There's your recap.
Well, yeah, there you go. Effective. It covers all the bases.
You will get disinspiration, I promise you.
But
Can I get a long rest after that?
Nope.
Last week, everybody kind of split off to do their own things for the most part. I went with Aryun to go sell some stuff she had, and then go commission her horse armor. And then we had Derek, who wasn't really doing a heck of a lot. He just kind of hung on to the other group. And then Galen and Tobias Nikomund went back to, or not, yeah, they went back to, was it the House of Wisdom, I think, to go to a meeting about the magical cup relic. I forget the details of what happened in said meeting, but they had a thing. People showed up, coffee was exchanged, and people left. And then afterwards, Fenric decided to take the time the rest of the day to go and explore Baghdad and relax with his family and try to de-stress a little bit from all of the shenanigans. And happened to find a magical dragonborn run blacksmith shop who happened to know about Goldur's Haven, which was his home before it was destroyed. And then everybody pulled up a chair and Fenric's family just hung out for the rest of the afternoon and had a grand old time rehashing old memories with a random stranger who became the best of friends. And then I think we all regrouped back at the inn and then kind of just went over what we did during the day. And I think that's where we left off.
I think so.
I had found a clue about something, but my notes are in Foundry, so I'm not exactly sure.
I shall tell
the
you
clue
exactly
was.
what you found. You went to the mosque known as the Abu Hanifa Mosque, and there you saw several refugees gathering, and there was somebody that was causing a bit of a ruckus by the name of Gur, I believe. He was kind of fighting with the head priest, the imam, and you stepped in to stop Gur from threatening this poor defenseless man, managed to chase him off with a perfect intimidation, and talked to the imam a little bit, and discovered that this ruffian was looking for somebody by the name of Rumi, and that this Rumi was showing up in the afternoon the next day to do as part of some sort of competition or poetry speaking event that's going to be held. And so you were able to talk to him and get a clue for a possible puzzle this Rumi might pose in the search for allies. Rumi, who you have heard of before, might be somebody that is good to connect with for you guys in the city.
And I got a password phrase.
You did get a phrase. So, we're gonna start with you guys. Once you've gotten the phrase, I believe you guys were heading back for a long rest because it was the evening. Is there any sort of preparation anybody wants to undertake before the next day? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. More turtles. Okay. All right. Go ahead and post whatever you're using in chat for me, please. Just so I can see. Whatever you're trying to do, there is a difference between your connection today to your magic. You're not sure why, but it just seems to be on the fritz. Maybe it's part of the city that's interfering. Maybe you're just having an off day, performance issues. It happens to the best of us. Maybe it's anxiety. You keep trying to do the same thing. Sometimes walking away might leave you better refreshed than doing it right this today. But it is just not working for you this evening. Mm-hmm. With a DC 15, I'd say you're using mechanical or using magic to sort of enchant this. Okay. I accept it. Go ahead. You get a little bit of progress. It's good enough where you don't ruin it. It might not be the perfect thing. It could use perhaps a few tweaks here and there, but it is basically done, more or less.
Go for it.
Roll your stealth. How far at night are you sneaking in? Like when he's probably gone to bed? Uh-huh. Okay. Probably. That is an 11. Derek, go ahead and roll me perception at disadvantage.
Can I just go off of passive perception at disadvantage for a -5 and still beat his roll?
Yeah, I will accept that. You hear like the creak of the door opening. All right, the creak of the window. It gets a little stuck. You hear the squeak of it being pushed open. Okay, Derek, what do you do?
As he's fumbling around to set it up, I want to sneak up behind him with 20 stealth.
Uh-huh. Would you be actively looking around, Nikomund? There you go.
Okay. I'd say it's like as you're pulling it out of the bag, you feel the cold steel across your neck, and Derek just leans in close and whispers, "Get out." I disagree. He's
Is he
gonna
very
go out with a
fast?
blueprint on his ass as Derek helps him out the window.
We can't hear you, Jensen. Were you trying to say something there?
Instead of going out the door. Once he's already in the room.
Why would he do that? Why would he do that? You go back out the window, climb back down. There is what looks like an old gentleman who is just enjoying the night sky, who probably couldn't sleep, sipping tea on like a balcony that just narrows his eyes at you, shakes his head, and goes back to sipping his tea.
It's raining fat man.
Yeah. And thus, legend of Santa was born. All right. Y'all may take a long rest. Fenric, you should have inspiration from the recap.
Cool. Hit up.
Does anyone else need inspiration? I think we're all good.
I think everybody,
That's good.
like, yeah, other than me and Aryun, I think everybody pretty much just gets it, don't we?
Yep. I looked at. I can pull
Yeah.
up Arian's character sheet, and she has inspiration. So yeah, we're all set. We are fully inspired, people.
You can see Arian's character sheet.
I can. I don't
Okay,
know why,
I
but I
think-
can.
I'll give you.
Probably from the day that I wasn't here.
All right. the sun rises at 6 a.m. the next morning, and you know at around 12 you have a certain event to attend. Is there anything in particular you wish to do in the morning, or should we fast forward? Okay, take it. Okay. Go ahead and give me... What kind of check? You give me a check of choice. Naughty kids. Okay. All right. You're on the lookout for some bad kids.
Hoodlums.
What are you rolling? Perception or insight? With a 10. You're on the lookout for bad kids. And it seems every child you stop by has a little halo around their head. You see them following their mothers, you see them eating their vegetables, listening to their parents. It's hard to find a particularly mischievous one at this hour. To be fair, it is early. Everybody knows the bad kids wake up afternoon. All right. I'll put a note that you're looking for bad kids in my notes. Interesting. All right. You guys head out. Once it hits 11 or 12, you head back out into the city at a nice clip. Is there any particular preparations you take, or are you just heading straight to the mosque? And are you going together or separately?
Should we all just go together?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can lead.
Right. Or you take the lead, you pass through the Bazaar of Baghdad, cross the bridge, and enter into the circular walls of Baghdad, turning into the quiet Abu Hanifa Mosque, where the rest of you are greeted with this beautiful little garden that serves as a refuge to a lot of people who are avoiding or have left their homes, refugees, and you see among them some people passing out breakfast, having just done the morning call to prayer. You see the imam around there passing out some pieces of bread and so on. And somebody appears to be setting up what looks like a very simple sort of wooden platform, a couple of wooden pallets just pushed together in the center. And there is a quiet little murmur among the refugees as they're all sort of surrounding this little area in excitement. Where would you place yourselves? Standing in a corner, standing in the front?
I want to be close enough that if anything happens, I can take care of it. But I'm an archer, so that could be wherever there's like a spot where I can see the stage fairly easily without
Okay.
a lot of people in the way.
So you'd say about 30 to 60 feet from the...
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as I can get a clear path.
Sure. Let's do a very simple drawn map. Because we can. This will be the stage area. You can position yourselves wherever. We'll have Aryun about 60 feet away.
Okay.
I would tell the group too. I'm a little bit concerned that somebody would be coming to hurt this man or
Who are
do
you
bad
telling me to?
things.
The party?
The group. Yeah, the
Okay.
party. Yeah, you could be at the stage.
Front and center. You see, around the front and center, there are mostly children sitting down. There's a lot of the refugees' kids kind of teasing each other and just quietly sitting down. The shorter people, some mothers off to the side standing. You're welcome to join them, though. Mm-hmm. The kids are very excited because you see them getting a little jittery. I mean, they have to wait. Patience is not a strong suit of tiny little kids. But the turtles and butterflies win you over, and now you are very much welcomed and surrounded by these cute little fuckers. And they're like playing. Some are sitting in your lap. Some are sort of flying. There are butterflies around you, climbing all over your shoulders. The whole shebang. Okay. The rest of you.
You're missing Galen.
Tracking that?
Oh, yeah.
There you go, bud.
I'm used to it. It's fine.
Lion the Witch. Okay. Fenric, you're also staying about a good
Yes.
60.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back a little ways, try to keep away from the middle of the crowd and stuff. I think I might try to just like stay on Gobi, and
Mm-hmm.
that way I have a better sight line over everything. I can actually see over people versus just, oh look, someone's ass.
Well, there is a donkey in front of you that you see the person who's standing with it gives you a side eye at you sitting atop of your camel, but you are elevated. You sit in your nice little palanquin shaded. Meanwhile, the others are scattered about. Derek, do you find a position you like?
Yeah, just off to the side.
Okay. Given you as well?
Yeah.
Who here is trying to blend into the crowd and not draw attention? Roll me stealth checks or performance checks. The rest of you, you don't have to.
I'm gonna roll
So
stealth.
good.
It's a 24 stealth.
24 stealth.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it. It did not work. That's a nat 1 for a 6.
Okay, now one.
Don't look at me, I am not here.
What do the rest of you got?
12.
Well, for Galen Niekmund is out there. All right. As you guys settle in, you see 2 or 3 people sort of make their way near the stage. You see the imam, after he's finished handing out his food, goes up to the little makeshift stage and introduces some people, where you see not just the children and the refugees, there's some local shop owners that are part and mingling with the crowd, some artisans, somebody's handing out sweets, other people are handing out Turkish delights, everybody's sort of mingling right after the afternoon prayer, and you see the imam introduces somebody by the name of Talal to the platform. And this Talal, a young man with a wispy sort of beard that just goes to a little bit below his chin, with regular clothes that he has kept quite neat, a little green tunic and a yellow turban, and starts reciting a poem about war that he wrote himself. He does it for like 10 to 15 minutes with verses sort of going very musically, and he sort of tells you the story. And as he finishes, there is some quiet little clapping. Some of the kids are like scratching their heads, looking at their parents, not really understanding the heavy topic, but taking part and appreciating the little sweets being handed out anyways. This juncture, does anybody want to do anything?
Did the
Okay.
guy give me a general description of what the guy looks like so I know who I'm looking for?
He did not. I do not recall you asking.
Damn it.
Next, you see there is a young lady with a almost off purple hijab that sort of comes up and tells this. She starts singing actually a very nice song about what shall we say? A particular flower in a garden, and she gives this very poetic sort of song, this feeling of growth and then of death, blossoming and then fading away in winter, that sort of enraptures you and takes you on this nice little reflection, this little journey of life and death, perhaps. And there's a nice little smattering of applause once again. You see the Imam himself is kind of nodding and clapping, and then a third person takes. Mhm. Oh. Oh, give me a charisma. What kind of check you can choose? Persuasion? It's not very high. Oh, the kids are excited. They sort of lean in once they see you clapping. Some of them with like sweets hanging out their mouths, some with powdered sugar around their faces, all start just clapping their sticky hands. And you see all the parents. There's a very nice, peaceful little atmosphere. A couple of parents are smiling and nodding proudly at this strange man who is just entertaining children. There is another young, what looks like man. He has turban sort of very neatly wrapped up about his head, but the rest of his clothes are kind of threadbare. A nice blue tunic with a white sort of sash, no weapons upon his person or anything. You see he pulls out some sweets that he hands to the kids in front before he takes his place and introduces himself as a poet who had just come from Samarkand by the name of Ru ad-Din. And Ruadin takes to the stage and he starts talking about a poem of creation, about darkness, the sun, the stars, and the moon. And he recites this poem and it almost seems to mesmerize everybody. There is something about the cadence of his voice. It's almost musical. It takes all of you on a journey, surpassing even the other two that have come before. You find yourself entranced and he takes you can't even tell how much time has passed. It feels like an hour, maybe more, but it might reality only be like 10-15 minutes. And to end off his poem he says, when, dear listeners, does the moon shine bright? Sort of ending it on a rhythmic prose, and this phrase is familiar to you, Arian.
Okay. Do I see anybody like suspicious?
You can go ahead and give me insight. You can give me perception. But you see he's kind of waving his hands around. There's a few people that are trying to answer. Each answer he sort of shakes his head, but with good spirit.
23 perception.
23 perception. You look around, and in terms of who is suspicious, you spot a sort of a person who has like, not really cloaked, but like, a shawl sort of wrapped around over their head where you can't really see shadows, part of their face. They've got this scraggly beard. And you see them in a corner. They don't really have anybody next to them. People almost seem to be avoiding them. They've got this like gruff build, massive arms that even under their like sort of loose tunic you can clearly see that they are some sort of strong person. And this person is just very intently looking at the stage, this quote-unquote stage. That person sort of gives you bad vibes off the start.
Okay.
With your passive perception, I would say Derek. And Fenric, at the moment, would you have sight of the Gaib up or not?
I think so, since we're specifically here trying to protect somebody. And again, with all the magical and random whatnots of stuff, I think he definitely trying to keep an eye.
From your vantage point up above, you see a very quiet, almost difficult to perceive light blue wave sort of emanate from Ru'ad-Din as he is going around asking this question. It pulses every 6 seconds in a little like ripple outwards, gently just sort of flowing off of everybody. Nothing that gives you a sense of malice or anything. Derek, with your 23, you see he's almost taking a few seconds to sort of look into people's eyes, making sure he looks into every single person's eyes, stopping and then continuing as he asks around. Now, Aryun, are you thinking of the answer that was provided to you? Like, do you think it
Yeah.
would be almost instinctive when you hear the question posed?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you share this with anybody else, and is anybody else thinking of that at the same time?
Yes, I did. Because they all helped me realize that it was a passcode.
Yep, okay. Makes sense. What about the rest?
Yeah, I'd say Derek's thinking on it as well.
Galen and Fenric?
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe. Okay.
yeah. I think it would. He might be thinking about it, but it's more of a like a side thought versus like the main thing he's focusing on, as he's still trying to keep an eye out for. All right, this guy's walking around and he's probably about to get shot. From where?
Gotcha. All right. I will say, with a nice little roll that I did, you see his eye sort of goes towards you, Aryun, and the moment you think, when it doesn't avoid the night, but you don't really verbalize it, you see he gets this very small sort of uptick on the side of his face, and you hear in your head, good, very good. In a much older voice that sounds nothing like the person in front of you. And then you see his eyes sort of drift over to Derek. And Derek, you hear the same thing. Correct answer. This will prove useful. The rest of you do not experience this.
Interesting.
Cool. I'm going to keep an eye on. I'm gonna try and think to the person, because they talked in my head. That we should probably talk later, but I'm just keeping an eye out because I'm worried that somebody's here to hurt you.
Very well. I shall make myself scarce, but worry not. I'm sure, from what I can see, you are fairly capable and you have friends. Try not to lose me. I won't be running very fast.
Can we meet you somewhere?
Just put your skills to the test. A nice little challenge to get the blood flowing. What do you say?
Oh, that's not fun.
Oh, I beg to differ. Besides, you have a gallant horse. Surely you can keep up with an old man.
Yeah, I will start moving. If he starts moving, I'll start moving kind of in a casual manner.
You figure you still have like 30 seconds to a minute because he's like winding down his little performance, and the imam is back on stage, giving sort of closing statements to everybody, starting to sort of scatter before he will try and attempt to get lost within the crowd. As for Derek, you hear in your head, you are with the masked one. This is good. Follow me. We shall go to a much more quieter place to have a conversation. Stay close.
You said that the voice I'm hearing is an older voice than the one from the person on the stage. Am I able to make the connection that it's the same person?
Give me an intelligence check. Or Arcana. Yeah, I'd say Arcana, Investigation, or General Intelligence. Your choice.
Let's go for investigation then. I missed that. Okay. 20.
Ooh, with a 20, yes, because you are not well versed in magic, can't cast it yourself, but you have certainly seen when Fenric does it, when other people do it, there is very much an intent, a certain type of focus, right? And you're starting to put two and two together. When the guy looked into your eyes was when he the voice started speaking to you. And you figure either it is that guy or he has something to do with it. Plus, you've seen disguise magics and stuff like that, so maybe he's disguising his voice and his face.
Okay. Yeah, I will start moving through the crowd to follow him as best I can.
All right. Now, let's do a little clock. I'm gonna put 4 ticks, and I'm just gonna call it tracking the stranger. Or the poet, actually. Let's go with that. This is going to be a little skill check challenge. You have 30 seconds before he disappears in a crowd. You start seeing him moving. I know Derek is following, Aryun is following. Is there anything else you want to do? Because the other 3 are still sort of scattered about this little area. You see this little kid with 2 missing front teeth goes, "No way, Mr. Gotham. Thanks." Oh, fuck! Strange man gave me a gift. No worries. Nikuman's following Galen and Fenric. You see the other 2 party members react the way that they do.
If I see Derek and them trying to start moving, then I'll also start moving.
I'll kind of.
So I'll just
Galen will kind of
try
take
to
up
match what they are.
the rear from everybody.
Okie dokie.
Can I try and
Yes.
get? Can I try and get Tanger? Because he's a hunting hawk. We haven't trained this, but can I try and get him to kind of circle the guy as like part of my contribution to the
I will
clock?
try and roll. I will try and roll for Tinger to see how good he is at tracking. How about that? Actually, you can go ahead and roll me a d20. I'll add his stuff. He's got a +6 to perception. DC for this will be 15.
So that is. You said he has a +6.
Yes.
That's a 17.
All right. You see, you give a sort of cue to Tenger and point out who you're looking for, and the hawk immediately swoops off of its perch on one of the buildings nearby and starts slowly, like, circling where the man is. You see the man glance up, glance down, and keep walking. So that's 1 success out of 4.
Cool.
And how far away from him am I?
Right now, he's gotten about 40 feet away from you, but he is kind of moving through a crowd, so it would be considered somewhat difficult terrain. You see, there's a people all sort of walking together, going out, and his clothes blend in fairly well amongst the rest of the crowd of commoners.
Okay. Can I get to a point where I can parkour myself up onto the roofs and get that top-down view as opposed to trying to move through the people?
I don't see why not. What check are you using to achieve this, or your climbing speed?
Climbing speed.
Okay. Use your climbing speed to take a second. In that time, he goes a little bit further. But you do get a perch, and you see sort of Tenger flying in a general direction. Do you want to parkour along the roofs to sort of keep an eye on him, or just What do you
Yeah,
want to do?
keep pace and I guess perception to make sure I keep an eye on him.
Okay, you can do perception, you can do acrobatics. I'll give you both options.
Actually, my perception is better than my acrobatics.
Oh,
It's a 8 for 18.
okay, 8 for 18. 18 is good enough. Uh, that is another success on the clock. You keep your eyes so you can see where he travels around a couple of buildings. You manage to get to quite a tall vantage point, and you can basically point out to the rest of your friends if you need to where he goes. And there's enough like wooden planks between these low-level buildings that you can just walk across and keep pace. I will need 2 more contributions.
I think with him popping off his magic repeatedly, and with my somewhat elevated position on Gobi, I'd like to try to keep track of his like magical signature through the
Mhm.
crowd, versus just like, oh, he's wearing these clothes, and then getting confused.
You can try and follow his trail in the Al-Gaib. What are you using to do so?
I think Arcana will be my best bet, as
Okay.
I'm purely trying to track like his specific magic. Not.
DC for this will be 18.
We'll see what happens. I got a +5. That's a 13.
All right, unfortunately, that is not a success. Normally, you would see like a trail flowing behind somebody, perhaps the ripples that continue to emanate. But there's something about this person that just, you start following the trail and it immediately disappears. Shows that they're a fairly proficient spellcaster, able to hide their trail from being tracked easily. Got 2 more attempts.
I'm sorry, everybody. Well, my
Oh,
two
this is a
best
good
things are
idea.
persuasion and deception with a +8. Everything else is +5 or under.
It was a good idea.
It's a good try. It's a
Yeah.
good try.
Galen is, being a former soldier and everything, trying to pay attention to his surroundings, looking for ambushes where someone might go hide, just in an effort to keep tabs on everything.
So you want to keep a tab on the situation
Mhm.
instead of, because to be fair, you, Galen, also don't know that you're trying to tail this guy unless somebody has told you.
Yeah,
All right.
right now I've seen my party members like head off in a direction, and I've kind of taken up the rear guard, and I just want to keep an eye out, um, ahead and behind, just kind of eyes all around sort of situation.
Okay, good idea. Roll me whatever check you think would suit for this.
I'm gonna go with insight,
You certainly can.
because it's not necessarily looking for anything in particular, and yeah, he rolls a 10. So
Is there anybody that wants to use your inspiration if you have them?
yeah, I'm gonna use my
Those are
inspiration.
options. Okay. Remember, you can also assist. These are things that you can do as part of skill checks. That gives
That's
people
just a
advantage
reroll,
if you
right?
have the skill. Work
That's
together,
much better.
people. Perfect. Exactly what you needed. Describe a little bit how just a little hint of luck, perhaps, helps you to notice something in particular. What does that feel like to Galen?
As he's going along and he's kind of walking through the crowds and everything, turning around, just looking around, it's kind of like not really picking up seeing anything in particular, but it's the hairs on the back of the neck start to something
Very
weird
much
is
so.
going on.
Very much so. It is the hairs on the back of your neck that rise because you see a sort of hulking figure from where you've seen this person, this poet, disappear into the crowd, and you see Aryun sort of trailing him. You see another person trailing her. Again, shawl fellow with this hulking figure, and you get the feeling he's got the gait of a fighter or something. He's not really going subtle. He's just sort of pushing through people, and he's leaving enough of a trail where you pick it up. And you also pick up with an 18 that he is not alone. You see another 2 people that sort of peel away from an alleyway once they start to merge onto the main street and join this fellow and also follow.
Who's closer?
The enemies or your
Yeah,
friends?
of those three.
Of those 3, the pair of them are closer to you right now.
Okay. And of my friends, who's Fenric is probably the closest, or
Fenric, I'd say maybe if you want to start moving, you can get to Nikomen because you're in between both at this point.
Okay. Keeping an eye on those two, and making a not necessarily a direct line, but in the direction of either Nikomen or Fenric, whoever's closer.
Okay.
Just to alert, put eyes on.
To keep both the 2 of them and Nikomen would be the nearest one, so you can like
Sure.
sort of brush by Nikomen and keep them in order sort of like triangle formation.
Yep. And as I actually walk by Nikomen, I tell him that I try to subtly point out the 2 individuals.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. You can cast Sleight of Hand at advantage. There's enough of a crowd where, just to see if anybody picks up. Okay. 10. Okay. All right. And what do you say? It's okay. What do you say with your message? Wow. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, somebody's about to get struck down. Okay, you openly point your finger and whisper under your breath at the main hooded fellow that's walking after Ruat-Din. I would say that's a good performance check. 17, all right. I would say the people who notice this, definitely Derek, you notice this. I'd say even Fenric, you see Nikoman sort of moving and pointing at somebody in the crowd. There's several other people that sort of turn to you, be like, "Oi, you almost knocked my turban off," as you sort of do that pointing motion. But you see this person immediately turns around, distracted for just a second, and he takes his eyes off of his quarry. So, let's see here. With a message, that's a 10 casting, 17 performance check. The DC is... yeah, I see that. I see that. The thing is,
Awesome.
the DC for the last one, I was gonna put at either a 19 or a 20, because it's that final little bit, and I was slowly taking up the difficulty. So it's good. You manage to keep pace, but you don't gain and are able to, as a group, collectively stop Ruat-Din just yet. That's true. So at this point, for those who are following, as you're up ahead, are Yoon as you're below in the crowd, and Derek as you're up ahead walking, you see Ruat-Din has gone into the Bab al-Sham, the Gate of Damascus, and he's there shopping with the evening, like the afternoon, early afternoon crowd. The 2 of you are able to keep pace, but you haven't caught up to him. The rest of you guys are sort of like tagging along behind. The lead suspicious man has turned around, sort of lost sight, and he's spending a little bit of time. So there's a bigger gap between him and Ruat-Din, and the other 2 are catching up to their little suspicious commander fellow. Is everybody clear with what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Okay. What do you want to do? Currently in this marketplace, it is quite crowded.
So you said like the marketplace is in a gate.
The marketplace is called the Gate of Damascus, so there's like this big gate that leads into this shops and houses, this little area. So he's gone past that inside.
Okay. I want to pick up the pace to get as close to him as I can, and like drop down and come over and be a little more. We need to get out of here type
To
deal.
talk. Okay.
Not that we need to talk. It's come with me if you want to live.
All right. What check are you using to accomplish this?
Let's go acrobatics as I stop being cautious and start like it's not just rooftop, but now I'm going like
Arts, haystacks.
carts, haystacks. I don't know, like support beams
Parkour.
going between buildings. Parkour.
Parkour. Very Assassin's Creed.
So 20.
Oh, 20. Just nice. You see, you catch up to he for a second he started talking to some urchins, and that gives you just enough time to start parkouring. You swing off a support beam, run along the edge of a roof, jump into a hay bale, and like roll out covered a little bit in hay. You just shake it off. And at that point you see him going to meet with another older fellow next to him and start talking. And that is when you get close to him, and you see the appearance of this person that you have been tracking has changed. His clothes are still the same, but his face, as he turns around to talk to this older fellow, you see a white beard. Let me describe him a little bit better. You see a white beard, this very impressive curled mustache, very neatly, that goes up to here, and his beard's like neat and tied up. And his turban is all still the same, but his clothes seem a little bit less threadbare, a little bit more well-tailored. Nothing extravagant, but well-kept, neat. And you're able to catch up, and you see him and this other older man are talking. You see he sort of turns around and goes, "Ah, took you long enough."
Well, I can't end the race right off the bat now, can I?
Yes, that would be no fun. Ignore the
Ruin
name.
the game.
Ignore the name. Not the token. I did not have time to fix it. Derek is up close. Do you want to find a way to signal to your friends, or do you want to have a conversation first?
Let's have a conversation first.
All right. You see, he turns to the man beside him and goes, "Shams, meet this very interesting person that I met. How did you come upon the answer to my riddle?"
Amber, how did we come upon that information?
So I intervened when the bad guys were trying to intimidate one of the priesty dudes, and they gave, like, we talked about this guy, and then he gave me the riddle answer, and then I told the party.
I relay all
Offending?
of that.
Okay, he says, "To think a good deed has led you to me. This bodes well for your fate."
Well, maybe we can add to that by a second good deed, in that they are shortly behind us, coming for you right now.
Oh, well, in that case, we should disappear. Shams, we shall meet later for a nice cup of coffee in the evening. How about that? Actually, no, they're probably looking for you as well. You see, he just sort of takes the second, closes his eyes. Yes, they're definitely looking for you. Come with me, Shams. And you see this other older man, who is a lot older than, actually, it's hard to tell. They kind of look the same age. Both have this fully white beards. Shams has a sort of cane that he's leaning on, and you see he gently holds onto the arm of Ru'ad-Din, as you know him, and they start following you to where you want to take them.
Can we see the city maps and I have an idea of where we are?
Yes, I would love to do that. Good idea.
Come on, Az. You've seen it a couple times. You're supposed to have it down by heart.
I mean, I had vague ideas. I know where the the palace is. I know where the old stag is. I don't know where we are.
Okay, you
It's not like
guys
she gave
are over
intricate
there.
instructions.
Arian is a little back. I'll say the other three, I'm just going to put you guys as the party loot, are still at the main thoroughfare, kind of. Because it would be this way, actually. Hold on. Yeah. Sticking to Galen, watching the two bad guys. Okay.
Okay, so we were heading like south.
Mhm. I'm just going to use these bandit tokens to represent the group of people. They're currently on par with Aryun, almost up to you guys. All right, this is where you are in the city. Now, as you try and lead these people, are you going stealthy? Are you going quickly? What's your...
Stealthy, and I want to use my incredible smuggling techniques of how do we avoid guards
Interesting.
to avoid.
Are you asking me or telling me?
Yes. Well, between that and like his previous life, he should know how to lose a tail, right?
Probably.
So I don't know what you want me to roll for that.
Mm, let's do a little challenge, shall we? You can roll a stealth, and then I also want you to roll what would be the equivalent of leadership. Hmm.
The equivalent of which?
You're sort of
Leadership?
leading these two older men to sort of follow you and encourage them and all that.
Well,
So,
in my mind, them knowing that they're in danger, the following is easy. It's more finding the right path. So I'm
okay,
going to say investigation.
I'll take it. Go for it.
Okay. Stealth is fucking ghost-like. Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, perfect.
Which, just for the record, is a 30.
Thank you for telling me. With a 30, you see this perfect little space in between two houses that the three of you can fit through. You lead the other two men through, and you see Ru'ad-Din turn around and be like, and he does a little hand motion, and there was a cart that was leaning against it and just quietly moves in front of that little alleyway, effectively blocking your path. And then you twist and turn, and you're able to find your way outside of the Babelsham. Although you have left your party behind with that high-level stealth check, but you also have left the bandits scrambling.
And it's like this area is like a garden here, right?
This particular
Okay.
gardeny fountain area.
I would say that through the sending stone that Springer's asking about, I contact Arian and say I have them. We're at the fountain in the garden.
Yeah, I was just about to message you with the sending stone.
Okay, perfect. Are you
I
received the
drop back.
message?
Yeah, I drop back to the rest of the party, and then let the bad guys kind of leave.
Mhm.
And I'll tell Derek that we're gonna make sure the bad guys leave before we come to you.
Perfect. So now there's 4 of them. You gather, you reconvene, you see the 3 of them scrambling. Eventually, the 3 of them gather, look around, clearly having lost the trail, to get frustrated, and they march away somewhere.
Okay.
And just while we're like sitting at the fountain waiting, just enough changes to their appearance, like swap a cloak, grab something off, swipe something from a car as we're passing by, and be like, okay, we're gonna sit here and just pretend to be beggars.
An interesting ruse. I do so love this. Rumi immediately puts on a threadback look. Shams just quietly goes along. And the 3 of them wait. Eventually, you are able to all reconvene beside this very nice water fountain. Do you want to duck into a cafe or something else of the sort, or just sit where you are and quietly have a conversation?
Let's say for when everyone else shows up, like Derek sees him coming, stands up, and he looks significantly poorer than when you last saw him. Like his clothes are just as ragged as any bum on the street.
You have to
Uh,
you have to do like a double take.
Yeah.
but like
Although
the beard is still like perfectly manicured and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, we know that he has the clothing that changes.
That is true. You
Galen
do some
doesn't.
keen
Nope.
senses.
Yeah.
Galen is a little bit more surprised, but you do see that the three of them, this guy that looks like nothing, the guy you were tailing, this older fellow, beside him as well, and Derek, now dressed as a beggar. You all gather around this fountain. You find a nice little isolated bench to sit around at, and this older man looks around at the rest of you.
Can I feed
There,
Tanger
brother.
his reward
Mhm.
for doing his good deed?
Or you can give him a treat, and he lands on your what is this? Gauntlet. Or he lands on your forearm, and accepts a treat, like staying close to you for a little bit, accepting pets. As Ruby turns around to the rest of you and says, there are rather more than you than I expected. You traveled together then, as a group.
Yes. These are my friends. And then I introduced them all. This is Derek, this is Fenric, this is and just introduce everybody.
All right. He will say, it is a pleasure to make the acquaintance of such interesting people. You may call me Rumi. It is what my friends know me as, and this is my friend and co-conspirator, Shams Altabrizi. Just gonna put the names in chat for you guys.
Okay.
I am from all over the place. I have been there. I have visited fairly recently. I have not been called there for a while. I do miss it. Oh, much longer before. I was born in city south of Samarkand when I was very, very young, before I traveled west.
So why do you think those people were following you and wanting to do you harm?
Well, I got a glimpse of their thoughts. This Gur fellow, he was working for an employer. I did not manage to catch a name, but apparently he was very interested in taking me prisoner. And he would have taken Shams as a hostage as well. He would have killed him. He used to be an old friend, one I would not wish to lose.
Bias?
Very subtle of you. He looks down and he says, "Ah, I see. Interesting. I suppose you like games then." Well, I suppose it is the will that makes a satrap. It is my
He's not a
pleasure
satrap.
to meet you. I could tell, but
I just want to make sure.
you have promise. Subtlety is a satrap's strongest, how do I say, strength. You have... Ah, yes. Those are a characteristic, not a strength. I do miss. The idea of dreaming sounds so fun and interesting. I've tried lucid dreaming a couple of times, never really takes. Now, first of all, I must thank you for rescuing me from my would-be captors and killers. Secondly, Shams is a good friend. He knows about the satraps. He has been my mentor. He is no longer, how you would say, an active member. He is retired. I came here to visit him, actually. Well, a second, eh? I cannot say for certain. I have no intentions of staying here, especially not that I am aware of people upon my tail, but I am more of a wanderer. If he's talking about an established satrap, perhaps there'll be someone with stronger roots to this place. Oh. You see, he sort of narrows his eyes at you, and you feel a little sensation in your mind. Ah, Alistakri. Ah, I should meet him before I leave. Oh, no, young fellow, I read your thoughts. Right. Hmm. Interesting. And more interesting. Calm yourself, my friend. You are in no danger here. Though your story is certainly fascinating. If you would be amenable, I should very much like to talk to Ali Sahri. I have not had the pleasure of meeting him in a very long time. Mm-hmm. You can certainly do so. Is anybody else wanting to do anything?
I think I'm just trying to keep an eye on him with the side of the Gaib and just kind of quietly watching the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just want to add, I love the idea of somehow there's a disturbance in the warp of Warhammer as Santa is introduced and suddenly gains multitudes of followers.
With a natural one, Mikoman. He's reading thoughts. You know who else reads thoughts? People who are suspicious. You know who's suspicious? Assassins. This is an assassin.
Oh god. Oh god.
You've connected the dots. He's clearly stealing
It's
somebody's
obviously
identity.
what's going on. This is
Mhm.
this is the BBEG right here.
Yeah. It's a nice smiling old man with a fantastic mustache. I mean, what else do you need?
It's always old men.
So while Nikamon's having this existential crisis, Derek sees like the look of panic and then hears the gears turning. Just kind of like shakes his head and takes a step forward and says, "You've been in the city longer than we have. We do have a place where Alastakri is staying with us. Where do you have that you would feel safe?"
Well, I sort of wander around. I don't really set roots. If you're asking if I have a house here, I do not. Perhaps Shams could bring us to his residence. If you can make sure there's nobody on our tail, we can. It is near the Barmakid Mausoleum, down in the south.
Okay. My other question is, why did the Sultan point us specifically in your direction? And I'll show him this ring from the Sultan.
Yes. Well, I suppose that depends on what the Sultan set you out to accomplish in the first place. Thank you for the hydrate. Let us say I am a very long-lived and well-traveled individual. Perhaps he has you solving a particular problem that you might benefit from asking a few questions. But perhaps these questions should wait until we have a nice cup of tea and some baklava. Shall we head to Shams's house? It is like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'd say it's around 6 p.m.
Oh, so we got time. Okay. Thinking on like the idea of going to Sham's house, and Derek just kind of like shakes his senses. If they know of his affiliation to you, they would probably know where he lives. That's not the best idea. Honestly, I think it's probably best if you just come over to the old stag.
Some might say a secondary location might be even better. A place with no association to either of us.
How about the nearest place with baklava? That is a mighty fine.
I know of an inn. It is not too far away.
Fang just kind of rubs
Lead
his
the way.
hands excitedly at the prospect of getting more baklava. I need a new
say-
tray! I ran out.
Alice Doctor says, well, follow me.
Out of Stockery.
Nope. Wrong person. So many old men. Oh, God.
So many old men.
Fuck, there's old men on our mind. On our mind.
Really?
That's not an issue I really needed to know about, Fox.
There's 3 different magical old men, alright? They get confused.
They're magical now. Okay.
Yes, in this city. All these wise old men that learn
And
magic.
see,
God,
if you just name them all Steve, it's not an issue.
yes, it is.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
Um,
Hold on, I had to reload my stuff. Yeah,
Talking,
go ahead.
can I keep an eye out for the bad guys?
You certainly can. Do you want to use your passive or actively?
Active.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me.
17.
I'd
Your
be
turn.
looking as well. That's a lot. 24?
24. Okay. Note both of those down.
Galen's just kind of letting everybody else take point. He realizes how much he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Oh, buddy. Okay. I'm going to activate this scene, hopefully, as soon as it finishes loading. Goodness. Does anybody want to send a message to Alice Thackeray any sort of way? Alright.
I mean, I think the fastest way to send a message would be to have Arian go and fetch him.
You can certainly do that. Are you
I
as
could do
fast?
that.
Okay. You do a detour, you gallop across the city with Shirun, and return with Alastakri riding. Just in time as the rest of the party makes their way. Alright. With the 2 mounts, the rest of you arrive. Yep, you see it in front of this very quiet, humble-looking inn. There are people coming in and out. There's very nice smells, freshly baked pastry coming through. And Rumi leads you through this door. Picture. There we go. Nope, wrong name. Every time. Fix that later. Rumi leads you through the door, waves past, and gets you. Do you want like a private
Yes.
conversation? Okay. Un momento. Great, my computer's crashing. Love her. Love her so much. Come on, computer. I wonder if it is a good time for an early break.
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah, I think it might be while I try and get my computer to perform, how about we take a little 5-minute break and we'll see you guys real soon. Grab some water, grab some snacks as we dive into the poet.
think it's good where it is. It's a nice volume where it's not overbearing.
Okie dokie.
And we're back live.
Right. Well, if we are
All
live,
right.
we did have our friend Amber bow out early, so we'll continue on the rest of the session without her.
Oh,
But she will be back next session.
hopefully. Da, 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 da. Lily, you're welcome in. Thank you for lurking. You guys are led to a quiet, like sheltered table on like a balcony where it's a little bit in a back alleyway. There's nobody really walking there, and it has like these wooden sort of mesh enclosing like a sort of balcony area and like plant trellises growing up of it, so it's quiet and secluded. Where Alistokri comes with Aryun, sits down. You see he is very excited to talk to Rumi. And the two of them take a couple minutes discussing in various different languages, switching between, while the rest of you sort of sit around. Then they both turn to you and say, "So, it is true then, you are after the Hashashin."
I'm sorry, Alice Dockery. I tried to keep your secret.
Yes, when it comes to Rumi, he is, well, secrets are his
perceptive.
favorite pastime, among other things, yes. You see, this is what Rumi looks like as he settles in with a cup of tea and a little piece of baklava. He looks to the rest of you and he says, "It is interesting to meet you lot. Sent here by the Sultan, a group of strange people." He looks between the knight, the barbarian-looking man, the tailor, who has skills no tailor should, the little halfling who does not belong, and the warrior of the steppes between all of you. And he says, "Do you know why I chose that particular phrase? To root out those who are amenable to the cause, let's say."
It confused the hell out of us. We were trying to solve the riddle.
Yes, it is. The point of it is to not be easy to solve. Although I think you had a bit of help from the Imam, bless him. The moon shines brightly when it doesn't shy away from the darkness of the night. The night can bring much fear and malevolence, but there is always light to be found if one knows where to look. The dark times are upon the Silk Roads. The news of the Hashashin, the rise of Hassan Sabah once again, have not escaped us. And, well, there has to be somebody who fights for the light. The satraps do their best, but a more targeted approach, I think, might be needed. Fortunately, I myself cannot remain in Baghdad much longer, though I would wish to spearhead this charge, if I could. I am called to Anatolia for a greater purpose.
What purpose is that?
There are other problems in the world afoot, my friend. This is but one of them. My skills are better served there than here.
And where is Anatolia?
Far away from here.
AKA Fox doesn't exactly know.
Fox is gonna have to Google Anatolia from Baghdad, 13th century.
4
Listen,
hours
man,
by
they didn't give
plane?
me. They didn't give me a region map. Let's just say they just gave me the Silk Road, all right, and a few other locations. And I am no historian.
Isn't Anatolia like Turkey-ish area?
I
Think
want
so.
to say so.
I
That
think
sounds
so.
right.
And yes, seems like it is.
So then it'd be like
I think.
that way.
Uh huh.
It's
It's far enough that way to not get
You're
stabbed.
shaking your head at it.
there you go. Um, he's heading that way. He tells you the general direction of where Anatolia is, a little bit about where it is as well. And he says, tomorrow I would like to depart along with Shams to guide me. Although I fear Shams probably wishes to stay here in the city. He is a wise mentor, should you require such guidance.
Sham's still with us?
He is with you
Okay.
guys. He's sitting very patiently and quietly. There is something I wish to do before I leave Baghdad, though. The reason why another reason why I came here. There is secret place located somewhere within the city that I have been told. Well, that I know of. I have pieced together clues of their ruin. Secret library that lies beneath the public library of Al-Madi, down in the Babs al-Sham. There is a tunnel that leads through the city that was constructed by Al-Madi's wife. And she was said to be a nymph from Hejaz, very influential woman. And it is said she built this library below the river Tigris, outside of Baghdad. You seem like a capable lot. I wonder if you would be willing to travel with me for safe passage, and I just need to navigate the hazards of the tunnel, and whatever rewards are at the end, you are welcome to partake in. There is only one item that I seek from there.
And what are you looking for?
It is a particular book that has been escaping my collection for quite some time.
Which would be?
The Tome of Baghdad.
Hmm.
It contains very specific knowledge, let's just say.
Well, if you're leaving tomorrow, we got our meeting later. It would have to be tonight.
I can certainly do it. I have no problems, although the question is whether you are up to the task.
Would there be other information in this library? Like real
Certainly.
important secret stuff?
I would assume so. Stuff that is not contained in the House of Wisdom, but still powerful in its own right. It was perhaps Baghdad has many secrets, let's just say. This one is some of the wife of a very important founding member of the city.
One of the members that imprisoned the genie? Was that?
I think that was the second guy, was Al-Mahdi, who reassembled 1,001 mages to seal the jinn as it was about to escape.
So
And
his
it's
wife.
his wife's library.
Okay. Now, is it important would it be a good idea to keep the library there in secret, or are we raiding it, taking everything, or?
Ooh, I would not raid it if I could. Knowledge is best left undisturbed, but you can take what you need from it, if nobody else has gotten access in quite some time. It is probably because there are, well, security measures in place.
All right. Now,
Traps, you mean?
Among other things. Traps would be the least of your problems.
Nikaman will look
People with
towards.
such knowledge guard it selfishly.
Nikaman will look towards Galen and say, "What do you know of the Caliph's wife?"
We
Galen,
can't hear you, bud.
You're muted, bud.
Of course I am. Just what we've been told.
no. Nikoman's not asking Galen that. He's like
Uh-huh.
trying to get Galen into
Oh.
the conversation.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. But he's
Well,
asking. He's asking. Okay.
Well, Hayat Johar is a woman of great passion and curiosity. She has a very, very sharp mind that should not be underestimated. In the House of Wisdom, she holds quite a high position. And, she has a lot of energy and enthusiasm, but a good sense of duty as well. It is not surprising to me that the Caliph left, but his wife chose to stay rather than go with him. The city is better protected in her presence than without the both of them.
Quick above the table question. How old was the Caliph?
How old was the Caliph? Well, salt and pepperish beard, so like middle age.
40s?
30s, 40s.
Okay.
Well, I asked because, well, I don't know how to say this without being, I don't know how to call it, really forward, really mean, but
Your questions.
yeah, the Caliph doesn't have kids with his wife, and it's
They
a
do not.
hereditary title,
It is.
and we have other reasons to suspect the journey or the delivery. How do you want to call it, Galen?
That's kind of putting on right. Pretty accurate. He doesn't really want to share too much with
You
too many people outside the group.
You need to talk to her about something important, and you do not know if she is trustworthy. Is that what you're saying?
It's a perfectly fine way to put it.
Well, I can tell you about Hayat Johar. She was a young orphan, taken in by the House of Wisdom when she was small, because of her, quite frankly, brilliant intellect, and that is where she met Al-Zahir. They have known each other since they were rather young, married. Yes, they do not have kids, but it is through no ill intent as far as I am aware. I have examined them. They have asked several occasions for my advice. It is simply the will of nature.
And how long ago were they in the House of Wisdom?
Gods, if they grew up young, it would have been 20 plus 50, 20, 30, 20 years maybe.
And how long ago was Hassan Sabah in the House of Wisdom?
Hassan Sabah would have been there many more years earlier. At least a few decades before that.
Do we know when he went bad? Were we aware that he went bad?
Hassan Sabah had his rise and fall prior. They would have been young still when he was rumored to have been killed. Remember, we are talking a matter of a few decades between his current rise once more and his previous fall. He was taken down, let's say, by the Nizam al-Mulk, the watcher of the country. Of the, I guess country is a good enough translation. Rough translation. A close friend of his, the first time around, when it was rumored that all of his order was killed, including him.
Well, we've noticed he likes orphans.
Well, young, impressionable, easy to mold, I would not be surprised. It is easier to sow roots of distrust, discord, when you know nothing of the world.
Organizations like his using orphans is not unique.
Indeed, it is not. You speak from a place of knowledge, then.
I listen to stories.
Stories are good.
The other concern we have is before setting out to deal with Hassan Sabah is there are still elements of Hashashin in the city here.
I would not be surprised if there were.
Do you have any ideas where we might be able to track them down?
If I knew where the Hashashin were, I would have set the Caliph upon them a long time ago. They are like rats. They hide in the walls, and even closer than you expect. The question is not so much finding them. Finding them is difficult enough, but destroying them will be another matter entirely. They will have seeped into the highest offices of power. It is the only natural thing for them to do. That would be a place where they would have most control, most influence on the city, access to information. But this is not new information to you, I suspect. Has the Caliph told you of his suspicions, of the moves Al-Jara is making, even now?
Yes. Yeah, I
Go
was.
careful against him. He is well versed in the magics of the world.
I plan to set spies on him. My morning was not fruitful.
You wish to spy against the Hashashin? Interesting.
Well,
Supposed to use their own methods against them.
Al-Jara's Hashashin? We know this, or is this guesswork?
Oh, you're trying to find out about the Hashashin with your rats, with your little birds, no?
Well, we know Caliph suspects Al-Jara. We don't know any connection between the two.
Nope. You do know that there are assassins throughout the city.
Nikaman's saying that in the meeting. Saying,
Okay.
we know Al-Jara's acting against the Caliph in the city. We know the Caliph doesn't want that. We're guessing he's working with the assassins, but we have zero evidence at all that that's happening. This is the reason why. He could just want the city, and everything else is just happening to be coincidence.
He could be aligned with the Hashashin. They could be bribing him with knowledge or anything else. He could be one of them. We have no way of knowing for certain without getting close to him, and that is, on a good day, difficult.
Question. How do you do that mind reading trick?
It is a spell that I have learned and mastered with time. It allows me to detect the thoughts of those around me. And with time, I have learned to cast it without speaking the words.
How difficult would it be for me to learn that spell?
I don't know, what... Or do you have detect thoughts as a spell?
No. Above the table, it's impossible.
Okay. He looks at you. There are glances. He's looking through you almost, and he says, I do not think this is within the realm of your powers. You get yours from an otherworldly entity, a djinn.
A djinn?
A djinn.
How can you tell?
I have traveled the world for many centuries, my friend. I know djinn when I see one. This one doesn't seem malevolent. A spirit of freedom, almost. Interesting. Wonder why he took an interest in you.
Do you know which one?
I know the magical signature. I believe he goes by the name Merhan El Hur. I got so many notes. Hold on. Juggle. Yes. Merhan El Hur. The Boundless Whisper.
Neigemann takes
So-
out his spell book and starts writing. And he's even close to what he wrote.
He's known for sowing chaos here and there, but his intentions are more or less good. To have access to such power through this Jinn, although you are growing significantly powerful on your own, one must say. Do you have questions?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you might try talking to him.
Oh,
Perhaps he will answer.
I thought you had the answers, huh?
Oh, I have some answers. It depends on the questions.
Okay, why me?
Why you? Well, you are an interesting fellow, are you not? You feel that probing in your mind again. I saw that fire in your memories. One that you stood outside of. Perhaps he wished to give you a chance at redemption. To test your mettle.
Neigemann looks very uncomfortable in front of the knight. But you don't know that for sure. You're just
I just make educated guesses. I cannot read his thoughts. Only yours.
so. To sum up, if we only had 3 hours, you couldn't teach me that mind reading trick.
I am a magician, not a miracle worker.
Shit, that would have made everything easy.
Perhaps. Well, life rarely
Sometimes
goes
easy
that way.
isn't the right route.
Indeed not. You have some wisdom about you. Knight. Hospitaller. I know that tabard.
Is
You
there
have a
any
mission?
like charm effect going on right now, or is it just he's just stupid charismatic?
He's just. He is not even that. That's just me playing him. I would say he's stupid charismatic. He's just talking to you guys. There's no
That's
charm
just
effect
Dr.
that you
Natural
can feel.
Riz, y'all.
Can I say?
She likes playing old men.
Just lost in the eyes.
I just need a beard, guys. I'd be set for life. I'd make a great old man. I am wisdomous.
Turns out
No,
his actual
that's
stat block has
devious.
him with like an 8 charisma. He's not charismatic at all. He's actually
He's a
like
poet. He has some charisma.
Awesome.
Turns out he's just Calgar reborn. He has a 5, guys. He has a 5.
No, it ain't no
How
way.
is he
He's
doing
freaking roomy, dude. There's no way he has a 5 charisma. He has a 19 charisma. He is very busy.
Okay.
Yes.
he just gets it done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, the name is Rumi.
Okay. I got that. It took me a second, but I got it. He's an actual real life poet, guys. I hope you are aware.
Now,
I had no idea.
Ah, my sweet summer children.
another random question, secrets and all. I don't even know if he's still alive. Is Ibn Sina a satrap?
I believe so. He is.
He is. Okay.
In the last few
explains it.
years, he was renowned for his struggles with this creature that plagues him, a tortoise by the name of Ashraf. Never leaves his side, always causing trouble. But last I heard, he was heading to Samarkand and staying there.
Yeah, we kidnapped that turtle.
Did you manage to get rid of it?
Well, we gave it to a. What was it? It was a. Was it a guy had a weird accent, and he had a magical vineyard oasis.
Vineyard?
We gave him. He had like kind of. I don't know. It wasn't a pool. It was kind of a lake pool. We gave him the turtle.
Well, perhaps he is happy there.
How powerful is this turtle if you know his name?
He's a creature of mischief. And Alistakri, Ibn Sina, he never fails to ramble about him when we do meet every few years.
Those satrap mixers must be just killer parties.
We have very good games.
Anyway, that was just a question I've been wondering about since the start.
Oh. Tell me, do you have any question on the Hashashin? I know a little bit about when they first rose to power. Perhaps I can give you some insight into their tactics. I do know of one in particular, should you... There's one that worries me, what with the Sultan going to siege their castle.
Which one is that?
There is one that is a knight. He goes by the name of Sir Alistair of Granada. A creature twisted, no longer human.
Metaphorically or literally?
Eagles. No, literally. Rumors of his existence are dark, to say the least.
Does that
He
name
is
mean
tied-
anything to Galen?
You can roll a history check. I'll give you advantage if you want.
So, 16.
Okay, let me pull up my notes. Real fast. Faster. Not fast enough. Damn it. Hold on. The book is loading.
All good.
Lily, welcome in.
So many pages. Fuck. You have 6 for this city, you have 7 for this city, this one has 15.
There's so many characters too.
Mm-hmm. All good.
You think it's difficult to remember their names? Wait till I have to know all their backstories and motivations and ways that they behave. Okay. Sir Alistair. You know of... he is a figure in history. They sort of speak about it as you're growing up as knights, about this. During the Islamic rule in Granada, the rampaging Reconquista, I think it's called. Back when the Pope had called for the Holy War in 1096 CE, apparently. There's a story of this Sir Alistair and his company of knights traveling and eventually getting... They took refuge in this castle up in the hills, where there were lots of eagles, high enough that only eagles would go there. It was him and his band of 12 that went to this castle, and they were surrounded by Anatolian cavalry at that point. And they were never heard from again. There's dark stories, they say, that trapped in there, starved out, that the knights turned on each other. There was only one person who survived. This story kind of comes back to recollection in you. It's kind of similar to yours. And they say that a creature twisted beyond humanity, having consumed flesh of his brothers, haunts that castle.
Not really color drains from his face, but he kind of gets a little pale as he kind of starts putting things together.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a ghost story, right?
Yeah.
You see Alistakri, the other old man, Rumi. Rumi continues saying, his name is Sir Alastair of Granada. It was said that during the first reign of the Hashashin, he worked together to train the first crop of assassins up at the Castle Alamut, Eagle's Nest. I do not know if he is living or dead, but I strongly suspect he is, for whatever passes, still alive, haunting its remains.
Knowing Narlock, he's still alive.
Perhaps I am only hoping that the siege will starve them out. He is the one that worries me. I would say, I mean, chances of you going up there are less, but should you ever stumble your way to that castle, tread with a lot of caution. He is a warrior with centuries, decades to hone his blade.
Do you know anything
He is
about
not
the
human.
Eagles?
Again?
Do you know anything about the castle, about the Eagle's Nest? Is it just a place that is isolated and was useful, or does it have a meaning?
I have heard stories and whispers of it. The rumors of it being made from the stones of the wall of Baghdad itself. There is a jinn, apparently, trapped in its walls. I would not be surprised. Some measure of power trapped inside there. It would not surprise me. It is in a very hard to reach location, yes, militarily difficult. It was said to have fallen into ruin, but I assume that with the Hashashin taking residence once again, they have made it habitable. It is a large castle, several floors above and below that are hidden from sight. Traps and turns aplenty. What else do you wish to know? Ask me specific questions and perhaps I can answer.
How many
But
assassins
I'm
do you think there are?
How many assassins? From what I have studied of their tactics, less than one would think initially. They have their methods. Their methods are fear and hiding in the shadows, to make themselves more numerous than they appear. With their tactics, they sow fear by attacking those in highest places of power, enough to make the common man afraid. I have heard of their assassination attempts in Merv, this common mode of operation for them. That being said, for an army, they could potentially starve them out, but they have allies, or at least convenient excuses in the Mongols that are riding, also to attack the castle. And perhaps allies here in the city itself here. They could get support should the current caliph be ousted for dereliction, for abandoning his duty. Another takes his place if they are sympathetic to the cause of the Hashashin. They are gaining popularity, after all, in the Silk Road for doing what nobody else has done.
True enough. Do you have any thoughts as to what they might be doing up there?
Having talked to Alistakri a little bit, I looked into this choir of Al-Gaib. It is not unfamiliar to me. It is some sort of... How do I say this? There is a magical essence that can be withdrawn from certain creatures. And this essence clearly is addictive. Perhaps they are using it as a method of control. Not just over others, but perhaps even over the assassins themselves. That is how they get such loyalty, after all. To breed a distinct need. The kind that only... something that is the magical equivalent of drugs, essentially. That can only be sourced from within the castle.
Makes sense. I think from what we've seen, and it can get kind of like a dark shadow kind of crosses over Fenric's face. From what they know, they have a garden of some sort. So I know that nothing much else about it other than I also have my sister. So I...
Your sister?
Indeed.
Nothing good awaits her in there. I fear. This is your motivation for fighting the Hashashin, then?
Well, finding my family was, I guess, a part of it, but it was more of a... I wouldn't call it a matter of convenience, because fighting them is anything but. Finding my family came along later, and I only learned in the past few weeks that they actually have my sister in this place.
Then perhaps fate has still more to do with you. Although
I'd rather it have less.
We can hope, but not even the most powerful among us can control the whims of fate, I fear. Do you have any final questions that I can alleviate?
I can't think of anything.
Do you know perhaps of a quiet way to get inside?
The castle?
Indeed.
Well,
Any
it is
sort
a
of
den
way-
of rats. One would assume that they would have hidey holes and secret entrances. This tickles the memory of somebody sitting at the table.
I'm already looking through my notes. I remember that being mentioned. I've got a way in. Yeah.
Just
By a
checking.
waterfall.
The question is
right?
whether you have shared that.
Yeah, at some point, like when we all had those visions or whatever it was that caused it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Galen does not know this. Sorry, Galen. He turns... Yep.
One last question. They seem to have magical tattoos that allow them to feign death. Is there any trick to secretly and magically undoing the magic tattoo, or we just gotta stomp each one afterwards extra hard?
Tattoos
Yeah,
that
that's it.
feign death. I have heard of a spell of this, but I suppose if you sort of never considered tattooing a spell onto your skin.
You could
I
do it directly and try to just eliminate the magic one by one. That would be inefficient. I know not of a grand way of doing it across an area.
Theoretically, it could work if you know if there is a commonality between how the tattoo is placed. One would assume, like with magic, he sort of goes into a bit of a magical explanation into how, like, the tattooing of the runes and the magic ink that they use into the skin itself is the spell. So if you injure or damage or break that spell, you could dispel it. You could chop one of their arms off, or specifically target parts of the tattoo if you know where they are. That could lead to damaging and them not being able to use it.
I was thinking of something more devious, like we could go Alakazam, and then none of it works anywhere.
A magic word? He tells you to dispel magic spell.
I don't
if
mean
that
I
is
don't,
what-
I don't mean one at a time. I mean like all of them, everywhere.
At once?
Surprise! It doesn't work. No.
No, from what I understand, if theoretically, of course, the spell were to work, you would have to tattoo each of these individuals with the spell into their body. There is no connection that is between all of them at once, no one singular point that you can target. I mean, unless...
What if we made them
Unless-
think they're dying, and then would the spell kick off that way, or
I don't know. From what we've seen, I think it's more of a conscious control thing, something that they have to do to themselves. But
Like any
what if-
spellcaster, they have to choose to activate it.
would there be some sort of connection between the ink? I don't imagine they make a new batch for each and every single person.
Be a common source. I mean, magical ink usually comes from a creature or plant from the Algaib itself. They would have to be very specific about what they use. Without inspecting the tattoo, I can offer no more insight, but it is something to look into. Perhaps if you destroy the source of the ink, maybe it could have a ripple effect.
corrupt the source of the ink? Would that be possible?
Destroy. Corrupt, I am not sure how such
Well-
corruption would even be possible. Like I said, this is all very theoretical and stuff I have not seen.
Well, this is all new to me,
Alright.
so I was just curious.
I think we are a very good group at new and unseen. That seems to be the trick of the day every day.
Every day, one must learn to adapt. Speaking of adaptations, the night is getting quite late in the evening. You guys realize you've been talking for a few hours now, and it's getting close to the time when you would be called upon with your meeting, if you wish to go.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, it's like Fenric looks down and realizes just then that he's had 6 plates of baklava.
And a baby. Boy, is that sweet. But yes, you see, he says, I shall finish up a few things, remain low, and you can meet me at the public library in the Babelsham once the moon rises.
Okay.
It gives you a certain timing when the moon rises
Mhm.
to meet at the gate. And he bids farewell.
Guess we
Yeah,
should head
I
out.
believe we have someone else to go speak with.
So much talking for me today. Oh boy, oh boy.
All the names
Ah.
and places and things.
I know.
I didn't sign
And
up
we
for this
ruined
job
your
for
one
just meeting
chance
after
at
meeting
combat.
after meeting.
This is too much like work.
Lord, Lord,
This could have
left
been
and
an
right.
email.
Wow. It's gonna be a long email. I'll just give you the entire book if you want. But yes, you leave in the evening and head out to go meet with Hyatt Jawher.
Well, how much time do we have between now and the meeting with the Caliph's wife?
You have,
Well,
give or take, an hour
Okay.
to do something as you get to the House of Wisdom.
On the way, Nikoman will tell the group, all right, I need to look for some naughty little birds. So on the way there, if we can, I'll meet you at the front, okay?
I could, are you in volunteers? I could help you gather birds?
Sure. Yeah. Arian will guard me.
Are you going to clarify that the birds are children and not actual birds?
Derek will.
Oh, that's going to be a little bit more difficult, but I'll try. You go have fun talking to the fancy lady. That is
Hey
our
kids, come over to
extra
my
pet.
panel van. I've got candy. It'll help. I've got toys.
Got
Arion
toys.
is there
That's
scouting.
yeah.
All right, so
scouting him.
Depending on the
perception
day, he's
again.
either Krampus or Santa.
I'll burn another lucky for perception.
I
Sure.
can't help but just imagine.
You don't have to
Nikuman
burn a
running
lucky.
around.
We'll say it gives
Oh.
you advantage. Help.
Yeah.
Just keep your dice.
Well, that's a 13.
Just-
a little bit better.
Okay.
I can't help just have the image in my head of Nikuman walking around, and as soon as he finds just one kid, so there's not enough, or there's one or two, he
Got any
just
friends?
reaches into his bag, pulls out a hunk of charcoal, and just goes, "Quit it!"
Just throws charcoal. With a 13, it takes you a bit of time as you're sort of running. 30 minutes passes by, but eventually you find a group of 3 kids that are drawing with charcoal funny pictures and curse words in Arabic on the outside of a house somewhere. Narin goes, "Oh, right there."
Oh, perfect.
They seem pretty naughty.
All right. Nikuman's gonna walk up. He's gonna say, "I'd like to hire you kids for a mission. You think you're up for it?" And Nikuman's
And
gonna.
goes, spits at your feet and goes, "I don't even like the way your face looks."
Nikuman's gonna reach into his magic bag and he's gonna pull out a wooden short sword, like an actual. It's a toy, but it's a wooden short sword. Because you can
Make it a
have
real sword and maybe I'll consider.
no. The real gift comes later if you're successful in the mission. He's gonna hand the short sword over, and
Persuasion.
he'll take out of his bag and he goes, "If you're successful, I will gift you this horse." And I'm still working on it. And he's going to set the horse down. He's going to wind up the little thing on the back of the horse, and the horse is going to start to move, literally move. And it's not quite right. It's not going straight, and it's kind of falling down. And it says, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. But what I need is this. Do you know who Aljara is?
The big fancy guy? Yeah, everybody knows who he is.
What I need, and this will be your mission, and you'll get a big reward if you do it. I just need to know where he lives. And I've dealt with very intelligent spies like you before. So I know you're very capable at something like this. So I need you to be safe, be hidden, kind of tail him around for a few days, and see if you can figure out where he lives. And then if you
That's gonna cost you,
sure,
Batman. 20 gold.
20 gold. You're gonna reach into his bag and he'll start taking out gold. He'll take out
20.
There's
gold
three
piece.
of them. He'll take out and he'll give each three of them to each, and say, "This is your upfront payment for the job, and I'll give you, let's say, 10 gold each more when you're successful."
It'll do. With 19, you figure that 10 and 3 gold is already more than they were expecting. They were kind of taking the mickey out of you a little bit. And they go, "Yeah, we can do it. We're pretty good spies, as you say. Where are we supposed to find you?"
We are at the Old Stag Inn. Now remember, the most important thing.
For the old man. Got it.
Most important thing is to not be seen. It's very important he doesn't catch you.
Nobody ever sees us. We're urchins.
Very good. What are your names, by the way? My name's Nico.
This is Razi. This is Yesunge. And this is,
Say it.
Shut up.
Say it.
Steve.
Steve.
No.
I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl.
This is Yosef. Yosef. There we go. That's their 3 names. Now I have to write these down in my freaking notes. Thanks. Uh,
Isn't it great? You just have everybody come in and just like, this is Bill, this is Jill, this is Till, this is Bill, this is Gil.
maybe when I do my own setting, yes, but not in an actual. Okay, so these are your little birds trailing Aljara.
Yeah, and then to get him to do something successful, I have to do a check. Usually I'm giving out the toys for the check, but what kind of check do you think I'd do for them?
For the kids, I would say you're gonna have to roll a stealth for them, I think. If you're gonna just on their behalf, give me a stealth check. Or performance.
That's a 16 on the dice plus them whatever. For me, it's a 21.
Okay. 16 on the dice, okay. Sure. And the information shall be given to you at a later point.
Yep, perfect.
The two of you head back, where the rest of them are already at the House of Wisdom waiting. You're cutting it a bit close.
Weren't we going to the palace, or was it the House of Wisdom?
The meeting was set up. Where was the meeting set up? You did talk to her attendant.
At the palace?
Let's say
Yes.
this.
Yeah, I thought it was at the palace.
Oh,
Because that's
Is
where we went
that-
back to meet with her attendant.
Yeah.
that's true. Very well, very well. We set the meeting at the palace. So the palace we shall go to. You head to the palace and you are brought into a very quiet little well-secured room on the second or third level by the very same attendant and are told to wait a good 15 minutes before as evening settles, like the sun fully sets. This figure walks in and it's this lady with a very simple semi-transparent sort of scarf over her head, shoulder-length hair, very regal expression on her face, but very intelligent dark eyes that flit over each and every one of you. And she very quietly drifts into the room, soft smell of roses sort of following her as she sits down with her attendant at the side, pours her a cup of tea and goes, "So, you come here on behalf of the Sultan, and you wish to speak to me about something."
One quick question. Does the attendant pour everyone the tea? Okay.
But the lady first, and then
Got it.
you guys afterwards.
Before she shows up, oh no, Galen wouldn't have known that. Never mind.
If you want to do something, you can.
If he knew that they were going to meet in this specific room and not be taken elsewhere, he would have cast a spell.
Okay, what do you want to cast?
Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and drop that spell in chat for me, please. Interesting. Okay. 15-foot sphere. And where do you want to cast it? Like around where her chair would be?
Yeah, basically covering as many seats as possible, specifically at least where she would be sitting.
Sure that. You see she enters. And sits down. Same as I was saying, and she looks over the rest of you and goes, "Oh. I can see you wish to know the truth. Though I would not recommend casting spells on those you have just met. But in good faith I shall allow this." And you feel as she willingly fails the charisma saving throw and she sits down. "Tell me, why have you sought me out?"
name is Sir Galen Vandenberg of Akker. And I and a cohort were sent here to assist your husband. However, one of my compatriots had a added mission to speak with you and deliver something.
Hmm. Yes, Matthew. I remember Sir Matthew. I had heard they never made it in time.
No, I am the only one that survived attacks from the assassins.
You see a bit of a furrow forms in her forehead. The Hashashin again. Should have expected this. How many did they send after you?
Many. They whittled us down as we came. Nightly.
But you still live. Do you have the item with you?
I do.
That is good. It should not fall into their hands at any cost.
He takes the box out and places it down on the small table.
You see, she sort of pulls the box towards herself and opens it just a little bit, looking at it. Is this the one with the fake or the real cup?
Fake.
You see, she looks at it, closes it, and then just raises a singular eyebrow at you. Well, it is certainly a good plan to have a decoy, but I hope this is not all that you have brought me. She turns it around and pushes it to you.
He just smiles as if he expected that, and then pulls out the smaller, wrapped bundle and hands it to her.
She takes the bundle and she looks around. And how familiar are your companions with this, Al-Gaib?
Intimately.
Yeah, Nikoman takes out his House of Wisdom library card.
I see. And her gaze flicks over to Fenric. Strange one you are. She sort of uses the cloth that it's wrapped in to hold the cup up, and you see her casting a few spells. Identify, detect magic, and one that's unfamiliar to you. At some point she pulls out this bag of, looks like stones, bones, some twigs, rolls them out, calculates for a second, and then, well, this is the item, but it is not what I expected. It is much
What are you
older. Well, they said it was a relic of the Knights Hospitaller, a cup that would heal the sick, bring life to those on the cusp of death. But then they noticed strange patterns.
This is why I am alive and Matthew is not.
You drank from the cup.
Roll check attack.
Roll check attack! Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Thank you guys.
Hello.
To our fellow French friends, welcome. We are still in Baghdad, and they are talking with a very important lady about some very secret things, including a cup that could be mistaken for a holy grail in some places. But it's not. It's a lot more evil than that. Sir Matthew knew the cost. He was the one guarded with bringing this to us. The reason why it was supposed to be brought to the House of Wisdom is because mages were supposed to diagnose exactly what the properties of this cup were. There were strange patterns that were afoot in the letter that they wrote to us. Every time they healed somebody, crops would go bad in the surrounding village. The person who healed another would fall to an incurable illness. Days weeks later.
The cup is ancient Persian origin,
Yes.
and it's. I would say it's more about balance than anything else.
Well, it was to be
If it
expected.
heals, there's death.
All magic has a source and cost. Miracles are usually stories without the bad parts. The costs erased, usually.
And so Matthew had me drink from
And
the cup.
we know the negative of that it sucks up life from around it, or do we not know?
We don't know the exact specifics just yet, but I mean the pattern is there, right? If you cure somebody's
Okay.
illness, a plague
Yes,
spreads.
what Nikoman and Galen sussed out at the House of Wisdom. That's what we figured out. And that's why that was the putting 2 and 2 together with Matthew passing and Galen living.
Yeah, sorry.
Now, this is an interesting relic. I imagine the Hashashin are after it for its similar properties. They would not care much for the cost. I think it would not affect them. In that, what's a few lives to sacrifice for their cause? It would be good to keep this power out of their hands. Now, I could keep it in the vaults of the House of Wisdom. So long as the House of Wisdom remains secure, which at the moment is questionable.
Well, our concern was who called for this thing to be shipped, and maybe we're just being paranoid with everything we've seen. If the person knew what it was and called for it to be shipped, and suddenly they're attacked, and Galen barely makes it.
Sometimes the less complicated solution is the answer. A likely alternative could have been, once your messages were sent, there is quite a distance for them to travel, and several hands through which the information must pass. They could have been picked up and shared with these unsavory parties, rather than having an insight in the Knight's Hospital, though it is possible as well. The question is what we are able to do with this information. We know that the Hashashin want this cup. I fear if it is locked within the vaults of the House of Wisdom, should a Hashashin be part of the House of Wisdom with high enough access to those vaults, well then, we might as well have delivered it to them.
We have a friend who's working up a way to hide it, or he's gathering stuff to start to work up a way to hide it.
That is good. A knowledgeable person, then.
Short of casting it into the sea.
Well, items like this...
Tend to crop up.
Yes. Fate is funny. I would say... keeping it hidden for now amongst safe and trusted hands is your best bet, though I would caution against using it except in the most direst of circumstances. For now, it is a card up your sleeve, as long as you can keep it hidden. Now, you have guilds, I assume, given that the Sultan has hired you for your knowledge to fight the Hashashin. And my husband has spoken highly of you as well before he left. In that case, I should like for us to work together to stop the spread of Al-Jara and his ilk across the city, as well as rooting out the nest of Hashashin, wherever they might be within here. I might have some jobs for you to do.
Now, above the table, Nikamund is assuming she's under the effects of the Zone of Truth, but doesn't know.
Mhm.
Can Nikamund roll an insight check on this?
You can.
Her? Would that be at advantage, or not that Nikamund would know, but if she's under the Zone of Truth, can it be at advantage, or would it just be straight because he doesn't know, or...
Roll a straight insight check. Galen knows that she willingly failed that check.
That's a 16. By the way, Galen
16.
still has to pass his own spell.
That's right. Aryan failed, Nikamund passed, and Derek passed.
It's a what check?
Charisma.
Charisma.
It's a 25.
Nice.
I wouldn't know what spell he's throwing out because I'm more
Everybody
familiar
except
with
Aryan passed,
the
and
boom
Aryan
boom
is
cloud.
quietly keeping her mouth zipped.
Yeah, everybody passed except the colleague's wife who willingly failed.
So 16
well,
insight.
she says that's good. And with 16 so far, she has, with the way that she's answered with the speed and the calmness, there is no sort of tick or anything of note to sort of say that she's lying that you can pick up. For all intents and purposes, she seems to be telling the truth.
Nikamund's nervousness drains out of him, and he downs the tea in one shot. He's glad.
You see that the old lady just sniffs a little bit, comes to refill it, but a little bit less than what she gave you before. Well, I will say you can pass messages directly to me through my maidservant if you find anything or if you require any assistance. Perhaps I can even give you higher access in the House of Wisdom, should you need it.
Oh, we'll definitely need it. We have friends who have higher access as well. And Nikamund's going to turn towards the maidservant who also entered the circle. He's going to ask, just as long as you're loyal to... God.
You're on that one.
You're on that one. Jawhar Klatoon.
You see the older lady turns to you with a sniff and goes, I have served my Khatun since she was a babe. I raised her. My loyalty to her is unquestionable.
Now, above the
So long
table...
as you do not harm her, I have no quarrel with you.
Above the
Galen just
table...
looks at Nikamund and nods his head.
Above the table, didn't we earlier learn that she was an orphan?
Yes?
Yep.
She was raised in the House of Wisdom, though.
Hmm.
You assume, as a child, if she is taken to the House of Wisdom, there's somebody caring for her.
Okay.
I just let her run free.
Yeah.
All right, inside.
Somebody's got to
No
cut the crust
speaking.
over PB&Js, all right?
Go for enough.
Go read books. What do you mean you don't know how to read? Just go learn how to read books.
Still to the
Oh, no.
to the
Ever seen a toddler with a book trying to tear the pages out?
Let them into the most sacred library after the Library of Alexandria. I'm sure this will be fine. They don't need crayons.
Someone comes in behind them. Why are all of these pages dog-eared?
Ah.
Oh, it's my library. Okay.
still to the servant, to the maidservant, Nikamund will say, "Are you serving the Hashashin?"
Absolutely not. I serve my lady, and only my lady.
Okay. Sorry, just with all the sorry for the direct questions, and they seem very rude, and they are very rude. With all the
I honestly
circumstances,
appreciate it.
and the backstabbing and what happened to us in the last city. I was so nervous about this meeting. I was so nervous.
You seem fairly traumatized, I will give you that. But I will tell you this. In me you can trust. I can get you access to many places, as long as I remain in power, that is. For I am the other satrap, you see.
That makes sense. That makes sense, Nikoman says aloud. I didn't see it.
Fenric would just kind of like nod knowingly after the chain of spells that she unleashed beforehand earlier.
I just figured I'd make it crystal clear, as they say.
Well,
No.
Nikoman will turn to the rest of the party and say, kind of like, look for confirmation and say, well, we're up for serving you and helping you too.
I think we all agree that we're here to go kill more of these assassins.
Then I expect you to search the city. I expect you to search the city with a fine-toothed comb. God, my brain is turning off.
We ain't found shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
The
You beat me
accents are
to it
even
by, like, 1
harder.
second.
And if you require anything, let me know immediately. What are your plans as of right now?
Well, we've set spies on Aljara, see if we can figure out where he lives. And after this meeting, we're going to go help another satrap with a personal mission of his. But tomorrow and the days after that, we really didn't have much.
Another satrap.
It's raining
Ruby.
satraps.
I have heard he was to leave the city. You are helping him to do so. That is good.
Well, helping him with his mission before he leaves.
Mission is that?
And Nikoman tries to make his mind go as blank as possible. And he just says, would I get in trouble if I tell his mission? I mean,
What
I
are
don't
you
know.
asking?
He's asking the Caliph's
party?
wife. Like,
Oh.
I don't understand the secrecy between your party, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say. And Nikoman will be just thinking of himself taking a bath in the river, trying to picture that as hard as possible in the front of his mind.
He said, well, if you do not wish to share it, it is no matter. I trust enough in Rumi to know that whatever he does, it will not bring harm to the city. Although if you wish to share about it afterwards, I should love to hear it.
We'll
See
ask
if
him,
it is
see if it's
in the city.
okay.
Very well. I shall be making some plans, and I have many other meetings to attend to for the rest of the day. But, I believe we will talk again sometime soon.
Tell us what
At
you
the
need.
moment, try to find influence of Aljara or a way closer to him or any of the Hashashin within the city if you can.
At the moment, we are staying at the old stag. So if you come across any that you wish to pass on, you could send someone there.
The only person I would trust is... She points to her handmaiden. And nobody else. For communications between you and I.
And what's her
Either
name?
in person. Her name is Humaira. Humaira. There you go. Really need to generate more random names at some point.
I'm surprised that name's not in the module.
Oh no,
Right?
no, Humaira does sound good.
It is not.
It is not in the
Very
module, or it is
curious.
not good.
There are very few names in the module, actually. Only for the big important people, of which there are many. But then the NPCs, of which there are many more. There's a lot of names. But yes, if there's nothing else, she will take her leave. You guys are ushered out politely. The sun has very well set. It's dark. Night here. What do you want to do?
Let's head to the public library at the Western Bazaar.
Okay.
It may have been a good idea to ask her about if there are any strange events going on. Strange rumors.
Well, I don't
I
think
will
she
see if
would.
there's any questions you are not sure of, you missed in between here and there. We can hand wave and say you asked them with a little flashback sort of thing. Yeah.
Is it? That's the only question that I would have wanted to ask is just like in Samarkand and Merv and Isfahan, everywhere
Mhm.
had something weird going on that the public knew about.
That is true. Let's say you ask that question and she give you a couple answers. I shall remember this, of course, and tell you.
I am actually going to take a page out of Amber's book, and I am practically falling asleep. I have to go.
I
I'm going to be up
see.
early because I get to go work for the first time in a year. So
Tell you what, we can call it an early session because this will be starting off a whole new section. We can call it an early day.
Not a bad spot to stop.
Yeah, it's a good spot. It's a good
It's so
spot to
hard.
stop. Once you guys arrive at the entrance to the public library, which is closed, and we shall take it from there. Thank you, first of all, to Roll Shack Attack and friends for rating us. Thank you for joining us all the way until the end. We are currently raising money for Extra Life. If you look down there, we still have 89 days and we're at 408. Every little bit counts because it goes to Children's Hospital in Hamilton, Ontario. And if you got a little bit extra and you want to donate, go ahead. In the meantime, we will be back on Wednesday for Rise of the Everchosen. Same time, same place. And you can check out all of our other stuff. You will see Jensen and me in a couple days. Jensen will be playing Odyssey at Crit Crafters, and then after that we'll be playing Warhammer, I believe. Yes,
Friday. Yep.
on Friday. So check out all the stuff. Springer does blacksmith knives, and he's going to be going to a place to sell them soon. So go ahead and join our Discord if you want to see pretty pictures. In the meantime, we shall be looking for a raid. Yes, Lily Pastel will also be there. So we should very much love to have you guys there.
I'm going to run. I'll see you guys later.
Go ahead.
Have a good one.
All right, I think we're gonna raid Dad Gaming Online. We haven't raided him in a while.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's been a
Let's
minute.
head over there. Show some support to the dads.
Right?
Yeah, it's hard work.
I wouldn't know.
It ain't easy being.
I wouldn't know either.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye. Have a good day.
Alrighty. Thank you, gang.